Hi Booktube, I'm here with my Booktubeathon Wrap Up. You're not going to find a TBR or video challenges or vlogs because I kind of did this as a test run to see if I could actually complete a readathon, and I flaked on readathons before and thought I'm not going to make any big announcement because I know if I do that I won't do it. So I kind of made a little announcement on Instagram and I did it. I'm so proud. I read 7 books in 7 days. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the first one is Stand on Zanzibar by John Brunner. This meets the challenge of having it yellow on the cover, and I was admittedly almost finished this book when the bookathon started, but I still had 150 pages left. I didn't want to set it aside for a whole week. I wanted to finish it, and I figured 150 pages is longer than some of the books that I've chosen, so I'm going to count it. It's a story about a world that is overpopulated. We kind of concentrate on 2 guys who are in that world. I want to talk more about this, but I'm going to do a review, so I don't want to ramble on about it. Just overpopulated, science fiction, interesting formatting. Read it. Then I picked up Just in Case by Meg Grossoff. This fits the bill of read a book by your favorite author, and Meg Grossoff is one of my all-time favorite authors. I've only read 3 of her books, now 4, and none of them have disappointed me so far. This is the story of a boy who believes that fate is out to get him, so he decides to change everything about himself, including his name, which was David Case, but he changed it to Justin, so he's Just in Case. Again, I'm going to do a review, so I'm not going to babble on about it, but this is a really good book. Then for the challenge of reading a book only after dark, I decided not to go with horror because I scare very easily. I decided to go with a children's book that I knew would be very quick and easy to read. Wayside School is Falling Down by Louise Satcher. This is, I don't know if you're around my age or younger, maybe a bit older. This is from 1989. Hopefully you know about Wayside School. These stories are amazing. It's a series of vignettes about different students and teachers at this really wacky school that's kind of like 30 stories high, except it's missing the 19th story, and all the kids have their own little quirks, and it's just, the way he captures childhood is just amazing, and it makes you feel really nostalgic for those days. So yeah, Wayside School is Falling Down. Then I read The God File by Frank Turner Holland, and this was for a book that you've discovered through Booktube, and I've heard about this book from Hannah Tay, and I'll link her channel down below. Go check her out, she's amazing. And this is a story of a man who's in prison, and he keeps kind of like a file of all the instances and examples of God that he sees in prison life. And it's really quite interesting. He talks a lot about his life in prison and how he got there and the people in there. And it's not just like a, very religious thing. It's more than that. It's a good story. Then we have The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. This fit the Read 7 Books challenge, except I read it before I read the 6 others, but I was at a good pace and I really wanted to read this, and I'm so glad I did. Oh my gosh, I've fallen in love with Neil Gaiman all over again, and this book terrified me. I had trouble sleeping the night after I read it because just the horror that he's able to capture, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, but it's amazing, all the same. All the same. Then I read Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. You all know what this is about. This was my book-to-movie adaptation. I've seen the movie a million times. I enjoy it. I just want to say that if I read this while I was in high school or maybe at the beginning of my undergrad, I would have loved this. But now, being an adult, living in the adult world, I've realized it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Idealism, silly stuff. Yeah, don't read it if you're like over the age of 20. It's not good. And then I wrapped up the Booktubeathon by reading Blackout by Hubert Aquin. I did find out about this book through Booktube. I'm going to link below the review that Amy from the Dusty Bookshelf did on this book down below, but I counted this book as the book that was older than me because all the other books, except for Stand on Zanzibar, were printed after I was born. Because this is from 1974 and I was born 1986. Yeah, this is a really interesting story about pharmacology, rape, murder, and writing. I think that about sums it up. It was okay. It was okay. So that's my Booktubeathon wrap up. Let me know how you did, and thank you for watching.